Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a very productive yet relaxing one. I'm going to be bringing you guys along and showing you the rituals that I do that are just like my self-care rituals and my self-improvement rituals that make me feel like the best version of myself.
Bluetooth's ready. Waiting for device connecting.
Now before we move on to the rest of the video, I just really wanted to quickly tell you guys some tips that I have if you're trying to just, become the best version of yourself like I'm in the process of doing. I feel like I say the phrase become your best version of yourself a lot on my channel, but it's because like we're constantly improving. So I mean, I don't really think there's a point where you stop trying to become the best version of yourself, but while you're trying to become the best version of yourself, that kind of is the best version of yourself. I hope that makes sense. But anyway, the thing that I wanted to say is that routines are everything. I don't think there's any arguing about this. If you have a structured routine, your day is going to go so much more smoothly. You're going to waste minimal time, and that's our goal. You don't want to be wasting time thinking what you want to do next. You want to just be on it and be able to get the most out of the day as possible. I know the phrase live like it's your last day on earth is a bit extreme, but try to do that. Try to not waste any moment of your time and try to just be on the ball. And the next tip I wanted to tell you guys is that everything starts from within. If you want to try improve your acne, get stronger, it all starts from within. And what I mean by that is that I truly believe that mindset is one of the most important things. I'm not just saying just keep on thinking these things and never actually do what you want to do, but you have to have that growth mindset to be able to do things without having that fear of failure. And also, if you're just positive, you're going to just feel so much more proud of yourself with the little wins instead of just feeling like you have to get to the one end goal and not celebrating the little joys that you have in between that. Okay, so you guys know I wrote down everything that I want to achieve by the end of this year in my journal, where I see myself and things like that. And writing it down in my journal and really telling myself I can do it instead of just writing it down in my planner and on my Notion really motivates me to want to do it more. One of my main goals that I want to achieve by this end of this year is to reach 700 subscribers. And I know that's a crazy goal, and I don't want to say I don't think I can do it, but I don't really know if it's realistic for me to get there by the end of the year. The reason I set this goal is because it's just going to keep on making me want to push and push to just make more videos and make more content. If you guys are new to my channel and you haven't watched my videos before and you like this video, then please subscribe, because it genuinely means so much to me in an unexplainable way. Like, I've been doing YouTube since I was 10 years old. When I was 10, obviously my content was really not nearly as great as it is. Now I've finally got into the flow this year, and I feel like this year is my year where I really understand what I want to do on this platform. And if you guys can help me support that, I would be really grateful. Okay, so French work is done. And I don't know if I actually included this in the montage, but when I was filming this video, I was showing myself like a million times, just showing different songs I was listening to and saying how much I love them. So I had this itch that I just want to share all the songs that I like with you guys. And then I was thinking it's going to be a bit difficult for me and a bit boring if I just sat down in a video and told you all the songs on all my different playlists. And then I realized that I use Apple Music, which is not really that easy to share. So I was thinking that I can make a Spotify account just for you guys, and then you can just like listen to all my songs if anybody's actually interested in that. So yeah, if you're watching this video right now, please comment down below if you're interested in seeing like a Spotify playlist. But yeah, I hate to say this, but I haven't been reading recently, so I don't know if I'm really in the right like frame of mind to do a reading update. I'm gonna do one anyway because I'm reading a million books at one time, and I need some reassurance from you guys that I can finish them. Okay, so these are all the physical books that I've started reading this year that I haven't finished. And don't even get me started on the online books that I've started reading but I haven't finished. I feel like all readers go through this, but the reason I haven't finished so many books is because I'm not in the mood to read that type of book. I think if you read a lot, you'll know that if you're not in the mood to read that sort of genre, then you're just not going to want to read it. Like a few videos ago in my after school routine video, I said that I got Fourth Wing from the library, but I kid you not, I didn't touch that book. And it's not because I don't want to read Fourth Wing, but it's because I had reserved it, and then by the time I got it, I was not in that mood. I was still stuck with Binding 13 and Powerless. And let's just get right into this sort of book haul, I don't know what to call it, but I'm just going to show you guys all the books I'm reading, what I think of them, and where I am reading them. I think we should just start with the worst one, which is Fourth Wing. I personally am not a fan of Fourth Wing at all. I mean, I'm going to try and continue reading it because so many of my friends have told me it gets so much better, but I got onto a page about 150 and I didn't really enjoy it. I also didn't really like the age of the character. The girl was aged 20 and I feel like that's a really weird age. I prefer if they're 18 and 19 because it feels like they're just older teenagers, but when they're 20, it's like they're a full-grown adult, if you get what I mean. Then I have the book Tomorrow. This book I'm actually really enjoying, but I just haven't had motivation to read it because it is a bit of a more relaxed book compared to the other books that I read. Like the plot is not really overwhelming, but to make it more interesting while I've been reading it, I actually annotated this book. I mean, I've just started annotating, but I've got a little bit of annotations here. I wish I had taken the time to annotate my Binding 13 and Keeping 13 books, but I was just speeding through them. I didn't have time to annotate them. And then we have 7 Habits of Highly Effective Teenagers. I'm not really too sad that I haven't finished this book because I feel like it's the sort of book that you read over a long period of time. It's kind of like Atomic Habits. We also have these 2 Shatter Me books. If I'm being honest, I don't know which book I haven't read, but it's just one of the novellas that I haven't read in Warner's perspective. I'm not in a rush to read it. I've read all the other books in the series and these are not necessary, but the time that I bought these books, I had already moved on far ahead from them, so I didn't want to kind of read backwards, if you get what I mean. And next we have The Silent Patient. This one, I've only read a few pages. I haven't actually started reading it. It's just because I got it in the shopping mall and then I started reading it while I was there. And so far, I think it's going to be a really, really interesting one. I've heard a lot of good things about it and it's definitely my type of book. And finally, we have 1984. So my mum originally bought me this book because we were learning about it in school and she thought it would be good for me to have some context. So I did read up to where I needed to read for it for school, but I kind of want to continue it. It has probably been a year since I got this, so that's a long time, but I know that the story is just going to be good if I give it a chance. The only thing that I don't like is that it's a classical book, so a lot of the vocabulary is really, really, really difficult and it just takes you longer to read. I prefer to read books that are easy to read, but it's good to have a challenge sometimes. Since you're on the topic of reading, I just want to introduce my book Reckless. If you're a reader girl like me, I bet you've already read this if you liked the book Powerless. This book did come out a while ago. I did get it a while ago. I got it the day after it came out actually. This was the book that I properly annotated. The first book that I ever annotated was Powerless. And I can't even show you guys that book because the annotation is all over the place. I was using highlighters, pens, the lines were getting messy because I was figuring out what to do. But for this book, it's nice and neat, all in just black pen. So yeah, I would say if you want to start annotating your books, it's not as hard as other people make it out to be. All you really need is a pen and a ruler. I will never understand how to use those tabs that you put on the end of the book, because I just feel like it ruins the page. And also, how do you know which line that you're talking about? But I'll figure it out someday. I'll see you guys later, because now I'm going to make some YouTube shorts, but I'll be back to show you guys the editing process.